So on this channel we have a whole bunch of cars, like the beautiful 240Z, my daily T-Sport Corolla, the Rocket Bunny MX-5 which is in air gel waiting for the rotary turbo to go in, and a car which we haven't spoke about much which is my missus's BMW E39. And all these cars have something in common, and that is that there's something wrong with them. The Corolla needs a new serpentine belt, the E39's getting a full suspension overhaul, the MX-5 needs the wiring harness pulled out of it before we can drop in the rotary turbo, and the Datsun, I'm in the process of doing the timing chain, but I'm just going to pull the engine on it, redo the head, all that stuff. So we'll save the Datsun for a separate video, but let's jump straight in. The first piece of junk we're fixing is the Corolla, and that is because I ripped out my under tray. A stone must have got under my belt or something and ripped it clean off, so we got a whole new belt. So let's get this installed, and that is job number one fixed. Then we can move on to the MX-5, do some stripping of that car, get some stuff sold on it, and then we can move on to the full suspension overhaul on the E39. So we essentially have no belt on any of our pulleys down here. So all we need to do is see that tensioner bolt. We need to slide the belt over, then pull on that tensioner bolt and slip the belt over the alternator. I'm just going to go through and quickly make sure there's no belt residue left on any of the pulleys. Then we'll get this one on, and that will be job number one. Alright, so after a whole bunch of struggle, we managed to get the belt on. That tensioner was so tight, but we got the belt on. It runs and drives now. There's no lights on the dash saying that my alternator's not working. So let's assume it's fixed. I'll quickly turn it on, they see the belt, and then we can move on to the MX-5. Also, the sun's come out. Earlier, it was like grey and raining, and this is supposed to be summertime in the UK. So there you go. Okay, so belt is on. There we go. Very nice, very tight. Here we go. Obviously, I love this car. It's my daily. T-Sport Corolla Alcantara option, super rare. We're going to be doing the headliner black as well, reinstalling the sub out of the old Corolla, going to put a carbon wheel on it, maybe something like that. We got CarPlay and stuff like that, just makes the daily way better. Let's quickly turn it on. Now ignore the blow on the exhaust. Oh my god, it's so windy. There we go. Belt is belting. No complaints here. I'm going to quickly check my coolant, make sure everything's all good. Because when the belt did come off, I might have ragged it home, and when I got home loads of steam was coming out, so I think I might have burnt some of my coolant, or burnt some of my coolant off. So I'm just going to quickly make sure it's all full, topped up, car's not overheating, gets the temperature, and then we'll move on to the MX-5. Okay, so moving on to the baby RX-7. Now I know you're thinking, why is it called that? Well, that's because we've got a carb rotary turbo ready to go in. Here's a little image or video of it. Now it is extremely windy, so what we need to do in this car is pop the bonnet, and as you can see there is a bunch of wires and the engine bay is kind of crusty. We need to get it all ready for the rotary turbo, so that means pulling everything out completely, all the wires, all these like random little bottles of like washer fluid and coolant, because we are going fully custom on this build. That also means we need to pull the engine harness from inside, and I've got a little fisheye here that we use for skating videos. I'm going to set it up on here. We're going to rip out the interior quickly, or what's left of it. That means the carpet, some of the wires, stuff like that, so then when we push in the wires through from the front we can just pull them straight through. The dash is already out, so it makes it 10 times easier. Let's just get cracked on with this. I think in a later video we're going to drop the full suspension, front and rear, get everything stripped down, sanded, new parts, powder coated, drop it all back in the car. It's going to be like pretty much a brand new car as if it come off the factory with all upgraded parts. So stay tuned for the baby RX-7 build. The rotary turbo is just going to be nuts. We're going to Bridgeport it ourselves and everything, so it will be a very fun project. So switch lenses, get in the car, strip it out, and then do the same to the engine bay. Okay, so obviously there is a whole bunch of sound deadening and all this stuff. We're going to get rid of all of this. I'll probably do all that off camera just because it will be a tedious task and I cannot be bothered to film it. But that is all the carpet out. I'm going to get it all vacuumed, cleaned and listed for sale. And now we just got to tackle all the wiring in the engine bay. So let's jump onto that. Okay, so the only wiring that I really want to keep are for the headlights, and I'm not too sure what they need. I assume they need power and then like signal and ground. So anything connected to these like headlight mechanisms, I'm just going to disconnect from the connectors. So as you can see, there's one here. There's also one that goes back here. I'm just going to disconnect those and keep them together with the headlights. Anything here backwards I'm going to remove. Obviously all of this main harness here. And once again, the same on the other side. Considering it was raining the past 4 days, this is actually summer. Like this is actually nice. Anyway, I managed to get this whole left, if you're looking at this side, I managed to get this whole side all undone, all the wires are done, and apparently it should just pull through here. I've got rid of the grommet, so I'm going to push it all through now. Hopefully it will end up in there. Apparently this side, you have to like pull out this way, and there's like a whole harness that goes under the car to the back. Obviously I got my battery, stuff to the diff, sensors. I don't know, I'm just gonna get rid of all of it. So I'm gonna focus on mainly just getting the engine bay done today. If I have to pull everything forward through that way, I don't know how I'm gonna tackle that side. Everything's disconnected on that side, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, let's just get this side through and then we can work on the other side. So yeah, that is pretty much everything from like this side disconnected. Obviously we're going full shaved engine bay, that's how we're getting rid of everything. We're going to plug up all these holes, make some new ones if we need for the rotary. Now we just got to tackle this side. Now this side is way more so I've already started by undoing a bunch of stuff, but let's just figure out what else there is to do and try get it all pulled. Alright, so I may have got a little carried away. Not too carried away, I picked up the camera now. So, yeah, I might have pulled pretty much the whole harness, except from the rest I'll show you. It is also extremely windy. Before I show you what I mean by I got carried away, look how much is left. All of this is engine based stuff, and I have disconnected everything along the PPF, in the rear boot, and if I pull this out, you'll see what I mean. Oh, it's coming. Here we go, here we go. Oh, it's still going. Give it a wiggle. Give it a pull. Give it a wiggle and a pull. Okay, oh my God. From that you can tell I've pulled everything from the PPF, everything from the boot, stuff like that. See, we pulled that side earlier, and then from that side I kind of just took everything out from here, everything along the dash, everything disconnected around here, and piled it all up here. Some of this also goes to the boot. There's two ways it goes from the boot. It goes under, attaches to the PPF, and the other one comes through here, attaches to the fuel pump, and then runs like into the here. So I've just disconnected all that, got it all here. Now the only thing that I'm left to do is pull either the engine bay stuff through here or this stuff through there. Now I'm looking at the hole, I'm looking at this little hole, and I'm thinking, yeah, the fuse box, all of this stuff is not making it through. But then on this side there's also fuses and stuff like that, so I have no clue how I'm supposed to get the rest of it out just through this one hole. And that is essentially the predicament I'm in now. So I've disconnected everything, the whole harness is free, and it's just kind of stuck in between these two little bits. I'll be back once I figure out what I'm actually going to do. You'll probably see me just like pull the rest of it, like whether I pull it this way or that way, you'll just see it happen. And then we can move on to the E39. Oh. Holy schmoly, that was single-handedly the longest. I hate wires, I hate wiring. Oh my, I absolutely despise doing that. But we are completely out. Look at that, nothing there, nothing there. Car is completely empty. That was literally hell. I'm glad I got it all done in a couple of hours though. That was dire. I watched a video of some dude and he was like, yeah, don't do this over one day. Don't put yourself through that. It will be hell. But it weren't hell. It was just really annoying. Having two people definitely would have helped. but it is what it is. Anyway, let's grab it out, get it out on the floor, take some photos, get it listed so we can make some money back on the baby RX-7 build. We can move on to the E39. I'm probably going to start that tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, before we move on to the E39, there's a few things that I realised about the engine bay that we're going to have to do before fab work. So let's just quickly go through them, and we'll probably do that in another video. And in this video, we'll just move straight onto the E39. And do custom brake lines and everything, so we're going to get a brake booster delete as well, so we can remove the brake booster, all of those lines included. That wiring harness that you see is because there's a clip for it under the brake booster, and it's so rusty that you cannot get it off, so we're gonna have to remove the brake booster anyways. And if we're doing that, we're gonna shave the engine bay, plug up all the holes, brake booster delete kit from chase bays. Obviously all these holes are gonna get plugged up. Once we've done that, we also need to remove the transmission, because I haven't done that in this car yet. Fuel lines, we're gonna be running all custom fuel lines, so we're gonna need to remove all of them. Window wipers, I'm not really sure what we're doing with the window wipers. I don't know if we can keep that or like get a nicer looking one to replace that. That's pretty much engine bay, I'm pretty sure. Subframe wise, front and rear, we're going to drop both completely. Obviously the front one's going to get a bunch of work done to it, and the rear one, we're just going to get it all nice and tidy, put a new LSD in it because I blew mine up, and we're going to need the LSD and prop shaft in for when we do the actual engine mounts, because obviously we're going to make our drive line a certain degree. And that is pretty much the MX-5. Let's just move on to the E39. Okay, so the E39, before I show you all the parts we're going to install on it, we need to fix one thing on it, and that is my exhaust. It is currently dragging on the floor because we're missing a clamp, and I have that clamp right here. So let's get it in the air, get this on, then we can drive it over there, get it in the air again, and we can start working on all the suspension. Well, this exhaust clamp piece is the wrong size. So this essentially doesn't really matter. I'm just going to drive it over there with the exhaust dragging. I'll order a new clamp and we'll get it fitted another day. It probably won't be in this video, so this car's going to be extremely loud for this video. But I guess daily driving it, I mean, I've daily driven some loud cars, but yeah, this thing's extremely loud. Okay, so for reference, this is the part that I have. I have this clamp here, and that goes from here backwards. I didn't realise that because I thought I bought the mid one, because I was buying, or I'm looking for the bit that goes from here to the main part of the exhaust. But for some reason, on every single photo, everyone has dual exits from that point onwards, but mine's a single. So I have no clue. Yeah, I did say this thing is kind of loud, but here we go. We got Apple CarPlay, BMW. BM is moved, and we've laid out all the parts we're going to be installing in front of it. As you can see, we've got all the new like control arms, tie rods, sway bar drop links, everything, literally everything here. We've even got new wheel bearings. These are the only things that we're not going to be installing because I need to get like a press to get them out, and I can't really be bothered to do that right now, so I'll probably do these off camera. Anyway, all these parts are amazing. The only thing that is adjustable is obviously the tie rod, nothing else. Now I could have went and got like fully adjustable suspension and stuff, but this car at the end of the day is just like a daily. It's for Izzy, you know, it doesn't need to look like completely stanced out and slammed to the ground. We've already got adjustable coils on it, so this will essentially just renew all the bushings, all the parts that were a bit rusty, and also make it look a bit nicer underneath the car. It'll also make it way safer to drive. I do kind of wish the exhaust part had come and fit, because it'd make it like that one step closer, but we'll get all of this in, then we'll wait for the exhaust part. We have to bleed the coolant, which is the main issue with this car, bro, bleeding the coolant. I put a new thermostat in, might have to do a new water pump, but I'm pretty sure the water pump's good. So hopefully once we get this in, get the exhaust part, we can bleed the car and get it straight back out on the road. Don't you just love new parts though? Like, look at this, man. All just fresh and new. I've only opened half of them just to show you, but like, oh, very nice. Okay, so I've actually worked on this car a fair bit behind the scenes, so I kind of know the ins and outs of what we're doing. We have 4 parts to install on the rear. We have this one control arm, this which goes like through the hub, you'll see it in a second. We have another control arm, and we have a drop link. Now, I'm not going to install the wheel bearing just because, like I said, I need a press to do that, but let's get this wheel off, get all of these parts out the car, and then slide these ones in. They're all pretty nice. They're all got like protective covers on the rubbers, but these rubbers are brand new. Do you know what I mean? You'll see the rubbers that are in this car, and you'll know why I'm changing it. Okay, so let's jump into this. Like, as you can see, cooked. cooked. They're all just cooked. That is the reason why we're changing it. Now we've put the upgraded rear end in, so we've got bigger brakes, bigger discs, uprated diff. Obviously I already have adjustable suspension in this. But yeah, let's just start pulling things out, replacing them with the new parts. As Chris Fix says, out with the old, in with the new. So that is part number one. I don't know why I chose to take this one out first, but that will be being replaced by this. So, you know, brand new, very nice. Essentially what I've done is, there's two bolts that hold it into the hub. This one actually holds it into the hub and this one kind of just floats and then the through bolt goes through it. So I'm going to put this bolt in that will actually hold it to this hub. And then we can still move the hub freely, but that will be like attached and in the right place. It's one of them weird bolts with them weird washers and the weird nut, but I'm sure you're supposed to mark these, but I'm just not gonna do that. This is single-handedly the nicest bolt. It took like 0 torque to get it loose. I mean, that's not a good thing, but it is. I say that and then it starts spinning. Of course it does. Also, I know the filming on this video isn't too great, especially this stuff, but it's kind of like a filler video where I'm just kind of pissed about. It's actually really sunny right now, but of course I'm in the one bit of shade, so it's freezing. Holy schmoly, look at the setup. Floating gun, 21 on there, hopefully. Why is it spinning? That there should be the bolt. There we go, that is loose. That's that one out completely. Yeah, look how cooked that is. You know what I mean? After all that torture, mate, I think I'm not gonna be able to do it with one hand, but that is loose now. So I'm gonna get the spanner, tap it off so it spins off, and then we'll pull this out. Oh my god, after all that, just for that. Well, no, that control arm's out, that control arm's out, the bottom bolt is out. We just need to take out the bottom part of that drop link, which I'm going to do quickly, and then we can whack in the new one, tighten up the bottom, whack in the two control arms there and there, hook them up to here and here, get them tight, get that drop link tight, and then hopefully somehow, without like taking out the suspension leg, swing in the bottom arm. So halfway through this I said it wasn't going to be fun, and I was correct, because I had to undo the suspension, pull off the drive shaft. Oh my god, I just did so much work, it took me so long. I've even sold an engine in between, but it's all together. This is literally when I realised that the suspension actually isn't in, so I still have to attach the suspension, but control arm 1, control arm 2, there is the drop link, and I'm pretty sure that's everything on this side. 2 control arms, the drop link. There's no way it was just 2 control arms and a drop link. Oh! This thing under here, but you can't really see it too well. Anyway, I need to tighten up everything. Like I said, I had to remove the whole like axle and everything. It was so annoying. I need to tighten up everything, put the suspension bolt in, put the wheel on, and then we can move on to the front. And I'm definitely going to do it a different day, so I'll see you then. It's another day, and unfortunately I did a whole day's worth of work, finishing off the E39, getting the coolant bled, everything to get that car finished. And the whole day filming, the SD card got fucking corrupted. Now, I filmed a little outro like 5 minutes ago, so we'll cut to that after this little segment. But yeah, it's unfortunate that the car's finished. I don't know, I'm a bit gutted, to be fair, it is what it is. Come back next week where we'll be working on this Datsun. Now, I only have this little bit of work to do to it. timing chain. Now I could definitely do all of this work right here, like where the car is right now, but where's the fun in that? I bought an engine crane, so I want to use it again. So we're going to pull the Datsun out where the E39 is, pull the engine, fully strip it down. I don't know how far, we'll probably leave the bottom end to be completely honest with you, but have a look at the head, have a look at all my valves and stuff, because my timing chain is a bit loose. Datsuns have a weird provision on timing chains. I'll go through it all in the Datsun video, but yeah, stay tuned for next week or whenever I post that video, because it might take a little bit longer because I'm also working on the MX-5 at the moment. But yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy this little outro of the E39, and I'll see you whenever I release the Datsun video. But yeah, here we are, the E39. Now, I know you're not going to see a lot because a lot of the work is just underneath the car, so it is what it is. I still actually need to attach the bumper properly. That's one thing I need to do. But at this point, I'm just going to do it off camera. But yeah, look, I mean, it's good. It's a good little car, you know. I put the MX-5 like floor mats in it, just temporarily, because they suit the car. They're a bit fucking dirty, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's just a baller car overall. Just all blacked out. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's an auto. We got Apple CarPlay. Big baller car. Also, the rear end with no number plate. I don't know if I mentioned it. I bought new number plates for all of my cars. I bought one for the MX-5, one for the E39, one for the Datsun, and obviously the Corolla's already got the one that used to be on my old Corolla. But this just looks fat. Plus, every single number plate I'm getting, I don't care if they're fucking modern, I'll take the fine. I'm putting black and I'm putting the metal black and silver number plates on. I see people do it on modern cars all the time and they don't get fucking pulled over or fined, so I'm sure doing it on a car that looks a bit older will be fine. Anyway, I really appreciate you watching. Like, comment and subscribe, of course, and look forward to the Datsun content. I can't wait to work on the Datsun again. It's been a little while since I've worked on that car. Also, if I quickly head over here, I'll show you what I did yesterday. I took off my MX-5 rear subframe because I wanted to get the fuel tank out because I'm selling it to some dude, and I was just having a look at my subframe and realised that my sway bar, like the actual bolt, it's like it sits in the frame and it's just snapped off. So I assume that's happened because maybe the suspension setup and the non-adjustable drop links here, and maybe it's snapped. It's always something with this car, man. I got the whole PPF out, the whole transmission out, everything's out of this car now. I need to bolt on, I said this in the Baby RX-7 video, I need to bolt on the rear end of this gearbox onto the RX-7 gearbox, and then the RX-7 engine and gearbox is ready to get dropped in. I just need to sort that subframe out, get it bolted in, put my PPF in, then I can drop it off to my fabrication dude, get some fab work done, and the engine and gearbox will all be in, and then it will be a rolling shell with the engine and gearbox, and then we can just do the wiring, get it running and driving, and then we can move on to like bodywork, interior, stuff like that. So stay tuned for the Baby RX-7 build. Why is there always something wrong with this car? Anyway, I'm waffling. Stay tuned for all the content. That's some video probably next, maybe MX-5, I don't know. Anyway, peace.